Well, the Andrew Holness administration has now set out their agenda, their cabinet for the next season of the Jamaica Labour Party administration, as they just recently won the election. The Prime Minister recently sworn in, for persons who don't know, and he has set out. And I'll just have the list. Someone sent it to me yesterday, and I just want to go through it. Not much has changed, but there's a few little differences there. The Prime Minister has remained as the Minister of Defense and Minister of Economic Growth and Infrastructure Development. That is Dr. Michael, Most Honorable Andrew Holness. Deputy Prime Minister remain as, oh, is it Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of National Security and Peace. Notice that National Security and Peace, Dr. Horace Chang. Maybe that was there before, but that is very interesting. National Security and Peace. I like that. Minister of Finance out of Public Service, that remained Mistress Fable Williams. Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade remains Senator Kamina Johnson Smith. Minister of Tourism, that's stalwart, that veteran, Mr. Edmund Bartlett. I think Delano Seabright maybe going to be the Minister of State. That is not announced yet. Minister of Health and Wellness, Dr. Christopher Tufton, remain the same. I thought maybe you would have shifted over to Finance. Mr. Chris Tufton remains as Minister of Health and Wellness. Minister of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport. That's a super ministry, I believe, for Mistress Olivia Babsy Grange. I think somehow that ministry should have been revised. I think that's too much for her at this time. I think there need to be a lot more oomph in culture, the issues of gender, entertainment, and sport. That's a very big one for Miss Olivia Babsy Grange, but I could be wrong. Minister of Justice, Dr. Delroy Chuck, Mr. Delroy Chuck, he has made some very strange utterances the past year or so, and someone one would think that there would been a change in some respect, but nevertheless he's still there because I believe what the Andrew led honest government is doing is to maintain a level of continuity for a level of stability. Minister of Education, Skills, Youth and Information, Senator Dana Morris Dixon. I kept saying all the while, blink if you really believe what you're saying. Minister of Industry, Investment and Commerce, Senator Auburn Hill. He's been maintaining, met him a few times in the UK here. Minister of Local Government and Rural Development, Mr. Desmond McKenzie, said, never shall I let the PNP take over this country, never. But he remains as the Minister of Local Government and Rural Development. Labor and Social Security, just like his dad, Mr. Pernell Charles Jr., Minister of Transport, Telecommunication, Energy, Mr. Vaz. Mr. Vaz said this is going to be his last time there. Minister of Agriculture, Fisheries and Mining, Mr. Floyd Green, remained there. Minister of Water, Environment and Climate Change, Mr. Matthew Somuda, has won significantly in Northeast Centre, moved from the by-election, the general election. Minister with a portfolio in the Office of the Prime Minister with responsibility for efficiency, innovation, and digital transformation, Ambassador Audrey Marks. Now, that is a very interesting one because she was taken away from the ambassadorship and now she's now an MP and she has this very crucial ministry. And I wish her all the best. And Minister with our portfolio in the Office of the Prime Minister responsible for Science, Technology and Special Projects, Mr. Andrew Wheatley. Now, when you look at these two, Audrey Marks and Andrew Wheatley, there seemed to be a level of overflowing and it seemed to link together in some respect. But I guess they are within the same ministry under the Prime Minister. And Mr. Robert Montague, Economic Growth and Infrastructure Development, responsible for land titling and settlements. Minister with a portfolio in the Ministry of Economic Growth and Infrastructure Development, responsible for works. That Mr. Robert Montague, Mr. Robert Morgan. So therefore, the Prime Minister oversee 1, 2, 3, 4 members of Parliament, 4 ministers within his ministry. That is, I think that should have been revised to a certain extent, giving them that sort of independence. But at the same time, there's nothing independent because every ministry, either way, is going to still be under the Prime Minister and he will have responsibility at the same time. So therefore, in regard to the Constitution, 3 senators were made. Kamina Elizabeth Johnson Smith for her role, Aubrey Mr. Hill for his role, and Dana Marie Elizabeth Morris Dixon for her role as well. And therefore, there have been 10 senators which have been appointed by today, September the 18th. Thomas George Lewis Tavares Finson and his son, also Christian George Lewis Tavares Finson, Charles Anthony Sinclair, Abka Fitzhenley, retained, come back again. Keith Patricia Duncan. Honorable Keith Patricia Duncan. Oh, Keith Duncan. Okay, that's a new one. Shereen Samantha Golden Campbell. I'm not sure if that person knew that person. Kevin Anthony Gale, Marlon Andrew Morgan, Elon Barris Thompson, Mr. Mistress Rose Marie Burnett Thomas Cooper. But one other thing which is not there is the whole thing regarding um, the constitutional affair, which is Malahu Fort. Malahu Fort is not there. I wonder why. There seemed not to be an emphasis on constitutional reform, or it's going to be someone in a smaller ministry. That's very interesting because, and it's very interesting that during the prime minister's address, there was nothing really of significance to a certain extent as policy direction or policy changes. Constitution affair, constitution reform, you made it clear, say, let's work together and get that done. But in the cabinet, you're not seeing that. However, I'm of the view that it should not be something run by the government. So maybe that could be, maybe it is something which is going to be changed and revamped with another civic society, the churches come together, or whatever like that. I believe very strongly that it should not be a government-led bit. But that's just my view. Let me hear what you think about the ministry, and I look forward to now the opposition leader. Now they've got 28 members of parliament. Now they can actually have effective shadow cabinet, and with that effective shadow cabinet can hold the government to accountable and be an effective opposition. What do you say about that? Now they got political capital, and we can run Jamaica for Jamaica to be the best. What can I say? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining. My name is Silver and Sidiel. Remember to like and subscribe, and peace out. Thank you. Bye bye.